We should, yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we do, yeah. Just double check. He got in it. Parking lot. We gotta raise an ejection just to see where we go. It might give us a bit of a hint. 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest, think about it. You couldn't have made pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. Okay, I'm gonna sound stupid. What's al dente?
Perfectly cooked pasta, pretty much. When you got to cook it for the correct amount of time, I think it's like 11 minutes or something, and it comes out al dente, which means it's nice and soft. And
I got a lunchbox that ties pasta into nuts, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange?
strange.
If you were a criminal, why would you... what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'll flee the scene. Ah! Don't get the wrong idea, I didn't kill anyone! But you have the instincts of a killer, you would run. But this time it was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She had even taken her picture. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Here. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Miss Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go?
Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it, we screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright.
That was too close. I'm afraid that this cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court's adjourned. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid reels, right? That's the one she tried to... Foist off on me.
I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
Oh, God. I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Thar. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple decker! Out of deference to the witness determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Fuck off! Let's hear it. Hear this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? Decisive evidence witness testimony. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. The other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on that shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. And while there's no music going, I'm going to take a quick drink before my voice breaks. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
Okay.
Okay.
What? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence.
What?
You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't you forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensic department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth.
No.
Ah, it's been a while since we've seen you motherfucker pose.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty soaking and pissed and really wish he could send her to the Shadow Realm.
You could at least study some evidence law, really.
I don't have to. I'm a defense attorney, not a prosecutor. The prosecution complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you witness. Anything to show that the guilty are properly judged. Victim shoe added to court record. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Decisive evidence. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? Oh, I guess you could... I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsifying evidence, arranging testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. As said by famous monster hunter, Geralt of Rivia.
Okay.
This is when the suspect is admitting she did it.
I know nothing about the witches, so you make references, that's on you.
But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime. I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. So you brought it to a forensic department. And I clicked the thing again. Whoops. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. And she has 3 boyfriends in forensics somehow.
Yeah.
That's weird. You can understand if they're from different departments, but not...
If there are 3 boyfriends in forensics, that is just one department.
Well, that's the thing. If she said she had 1 boyfriend in the photograph department, that's how she got the photo done.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that's forensics.
No, but what I'm saying is, if she could get away with the boyfriend thing, they have to be all in separate departments. But she has 3, and they have to be 1 in each department.
Yeah.
But she has 3 boyfriends in the forensic department. But then again, she could be referring to boyfriends as boys that are friends, not people.
Yeah.
Your shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And the blood that belonged to the victim was Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant without a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie. Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell a blood test whether a murderer was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
Fuck. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there were there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe.
That ties it directly to the death of Detective Goodman.
I was afraid he was gonna say that. I can't let this evidence go without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Yeah. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. Someone like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup.
Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe?
Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe?
Do we have anything that says there's a problem in the court record?
I would honestly say where the other shoe was. Oh, hang on.
Does the autopsy report doesn't say anything about shoes?
From a chest wound.
Loss of blood from a chest wound. So, could his blood have got on the shoe? Because, I mean, if he got stabbed and then he would have fallen over, it would have just...
The way the body was lying in the outline, the feet were in the boot.
Yeah, so...
So how would the blood gotten on his shoes?
I guess so. Do we have something we can...
Counter with? Parking lot. I forgot we can do this.
That's blood. It's my sister's, right?
It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime.
Poor sis. Anything else?
Other than the void in the shoe. Oh.
Ah, there's blood here too.
On the sole of the shoe, it's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood.
All this blood, it's horrible.
This blood might be an important clue.
Who knew the whole shadow realm existed in that man's shoe?
I'm actually mine.
Well, there's no blood on the ground.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
There's
but
no blood on the ground, so how could he have blood on the shoe?
Yeah, but also the other issue.
Or the bottom of the shoe, I should say.
The other issue is that how did her blood get on it?
Yeah, her hands aren't cutting that thing.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. So there is a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'll say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'll give you a peppered fish guts now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Yeah, it has to be the blood on the shoe. Yeah. I wonder if you noticed, there's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe.
It makes sense the victim was stabbed with a knife.
Does it? It makes more sense for blood to be falling on top of the shoe, not on the bottom.
Yes.
Oh.
What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of his shoe? Is that where we show the picture?
It's where we show the picture. Because there's no blood there.
Yeah.
The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint. Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why wasn't there any bloody footprints found at the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there is no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about the shoe.
This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints.
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness. What? Huh?
Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that lack of a footprint is a contradiction, but then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Need to grab that girl by the neck and shake her and tell her to shut up.
No, but Edgeworth would have pointed it out.
Yeah. I just said
that. I didn't hear you. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. Oh, wait a minute. Do you think the reason the water barrel was knocked over, the oil barrel was knocked over and it washed away the blood?
Well, no one ever said there was anything in the barrel. I don't know.
What? Oh god, what now?
I see, now I get it.
Get what?
Our witness is more devious than I give her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth of her testimony.
What are you talking about?
Think back when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. Then she knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. Drum. Oh, she was beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Row.
Yeah. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do.
No kidding.
Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Huh. I was right.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have been able to kick it over if it was full of water.
You don't need to kick it over, you just need to push it over.
She wouldn't have been able to even push it over. Those things are heavy.
Well, that's if it was completely full. It was only half full.
She said it was brimming.
Oh, brimming. Okay. What does that mean?
Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Mrs. Sky's right hand was hurt. She didn't say she cut herself when she stabbed him.
So then what? My sister's blood got on the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something. Please.
What can I do? Your sister has confessed to her crime. She tried to conceal it.
But... enough. There is no need for this further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
Let's go and find the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Oh. Okay. Little girl, what did you just say?
Me?
Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side?
Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing bloody footprints.
Well... I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness. Don't tell me you had something else.
Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the cuff off, Queen. Look at this. A photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence.
Except... what? Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. The time I would like to declare the verdict for good. Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph.
Look at this
photograph. God damn it. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over, not until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration.
So, right. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence?
Yeah. I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this. I suppose.
Ah, the body's in a different place.
I don't.
Okay.
I think it's something else, but I'll show you in a sec. I suppose since we come this far, we could give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Share the core of the problem in this photograph.
Well, the shoe's in the water, which... Is the shoe in the water?
It's not that. It's this.
Huh.
It could be... I think that's a muffler. I'm not entirely sure. It could be something in there, but... No one made mention of this. Especially, Angel.
Huh.
But yeah, the body is also in a weird position. The problem is this photograph is here.
What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor. You just...
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind on this photograph.
Muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of that muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not gonna be that easy. In fact, you already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth of the muffler is related to the case.
Oh.
Yeah, that, or I was thinking the photograph because she didn't have it on her. I'm guessing it's also the word muffler as well, so... Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what she had confessed in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Yeah. Could it be that muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh. Well, it seems we have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so.
Phew, that was close. But we made it. At least, for now. This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. He's still hungry? To be continued.